Not how I want to do what I want to do.
Oh, I see. That'll work.
No, it always does. It always comes down to this. Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Yug.
I'm Matt.
And tonight we're going to be talking about some of the upcoming events, gaming events in Brisbane and Sydney.
We have some exciting news from Oran.
Yeah, first impressions of the new Tomb Raider game.
And some exciting ports and releases coming out soon.
Ports and sequels and stuff.
Ports and sequels and stuff.
But first...
But first we're going to be talking about some big happenings in the Australian gamer world.
We have
a world.
That is a small world.
I always thought it was called the World of Warcraft. Is like a world, is a whole world. But really it's a very small world. And it's got some very odd weather patterns.
Have they updated that yet?
There's actually weather in it now.
Yeah,
there's actually weather in it now. I have not yet actually seen the weather. I haven't gone anywhere that has weather.
Where have you been?
Oddly enough, just around, but not to the places that have weather.
You've been in places that have no weather.
Yeah, well, I mean, none of it's had weather previously. They've added weather patterns to certain places. Yeah.
Hey, I'm in this area, but it doesn't. There's no weather here.
It's weird, isn't it? But yeah, like there's places you'll go to one place. Can you imagine living in an area that had like a kilometre down the road there was desert? But just for like 1 square kilometre and then a jungle next to it. Like,
that would be cool.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Pass me that.
And then a giant lake next to that stuff.
That wasn't actually our first thing that we wanted to talk about.
That was so not what we were going to talk about.
Because we hardly ever go off topic and randomly talk about other things.
We're normally very focused and professional.
Well, we did want to just say that, you know, if you have been following the site, which you should be.
Of course.
We do have 3 new people now. Who are doing previews and reviews and features for Australian
and stuff, content generally.
Mainly because me and Matt are just generally pretty useless.
And lazy.
And I think everyone's started to clue into that fact.
So yeah, we basically wanted someone to... sort of more of a crutch than anything else.
Other people to pick up the slack.
Exactly, yeah. We're trying to build some credibility by getting other people who are creditable and getting them to do some work for us. And so what we're going to do... We've actually told them that we're going to pay them $60,000 a year, and they'll be reviewing games.
But we don't pay them weekly. We just pay them at the end of the year. It's an annual sort of check at the end of it.
Well, I was thinking we'll just tell them we pay them like fortnightly.
Yeah.
And then when they don't get paid and they ask us about it, we just say, "Oh, sorry."
How long could we keep that up?
Long enough, and then eventually they'll just get crabby and just leave, and then we'll just get more people.
So we just keep going through.
We'll just cycle through them, do the same thing.
Because, I mean, there's plenty of them out there.
There was we got heaps of applicants, so we'll just go through the list.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I thought.
Well, why not put it like $100,000? Let's just make it interesting.
True, if we're going to not pay people, we might as well not pay them a lot. So anyone who wants the opportunity to not get paid a great deal of money, there's lots of room for growth.
Yeah. So anyway, the
fast-moving company.
Current people that we've got, 3 people. Oracle, who is in Sydney.
Oracle has been a long-time listener.
Yeah, he's actually the only one that we've met before.
Yeah,
I actually met Oracle off the Game Arena forums.
We're still recovering.
Yeah, and actually met up with him at a barbecue.
Yes.
Which we posted a while ago as well. Which I went to look through.
We actually had a comic about the barbecue.
We did have a comic, which I thought was funny. But I went through to the old thread and all the photos were gone, which kind of sucks.
That's very cry-ish.
That's where we met him there, and that was pretty much decided. When we thought about extra people, he was at the top of our list just because he's just not quite there.
There's something wrong.
There's just something wrong with the boy.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I think it was just generally nuts.
Weird and strange.
And so, there's Oracle, who's based in Sydney.
Yep.
And there's AJ, who is in Melbourne. And... he has a plasma TV.
Yeah, he has a big plasma TV, and he has every console. And we did check to see if he did in fact have every console.
And by the sounds of it, way too much spare time on his hands too.
Way too much spare time.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm reviewing 12 games. Is there anything else I can get?
And I mean, we're like, yeah, great.
Keep going.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's really cool. And he's younger than you, isn't he?
I think he was about the same age.
I mean, not that age really matters, but in the same respect, it's like nice to have a wide demographic.
Yeah, a cross section of people. Because the Australian gamer is a pretty broad cross section these days. I mean, there's not just it's not just 18-year-olds or
Yep.
it's not just kids. It's older people, younger people, married people, men, women, boys, girls, some dogs.
Right, dogs as well.
Yeah, no cats though.
No.
Cats just don't get into gaming.
Dogs,
they don't
though.
have the right thumbs for it.
Dogs. They're hanging out for Nintendo. 10 cats?
Nintendo cats?
10 cats?
Are there actually any moves to release a Nintendo cats?
I don't know, but come on, they will.
Judging by Nintendo, though, in the past, what they're going to do is they're going to release one in about 12 years, when it's a nostalgia thing.
You know what? I was just thinking, you know how the Nintendo DS, it's got the touch, and it's got the blow sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have any smell features.
No, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Nintendogs with the smell features.
Yeah, wet dog, no, that's not cool.
Okay. Okay.
And there's lots of other things that could go wrong.
Well, if you're a dog, you could sniff the other dog's butt. Sort of
yeah,
thing.
I was just thinking you could actually put two next to each other and they could sniff each other's butts.
That's right, that'd be great. See what happens. They'd eat the DS. That's way off track there.
Yeah.
Sort of, is it?
I wonder when the Lite's coming out here.
The what?
DS Lite.
Oh, yeah, we should really find out that.
We really should. I've been meaning to. I've got a couple of questions for the Nintendo.
Anyway, look, going back, AJ's on board, and he's really cool. He's done a Oblivion review.
Yep, the first of the reviews.
The first
from
of the reviews,
people.
which was really cool. Damn it!
Good review.
I read through it, and I was like, "This is really funny, really well written, and really enjoyable to read."
Yeah, way better
I'm
than
just
either
never
of
going
ours.
to review anything ever again.
Yeah, so congratulations, AJ, on basically making it pointless for us to do any work.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
And the third person is Jess.
Jess.
Up here in Brisbane. And don't think that we just chose her because she's a girl.
She's very well qualified. We were actually surprised by how qualified people were. A lot of the people who applied were had journalism skills and
journalism skills was the interesting thing. A few others actually worked in game companies as well. But Jess in particular has done a journalism degree, and just finished up at Quantum as well.
Yeah, so
which is for anyone who's not in Brisbane or Queensland, it's a game or multimedia / game tertiary education. So
yeah, it's basically multimedia. I think they're the only actual games course in Brisbane. Though I believe UQ offers one now.
I'm not sure, but they were the first.
No,
I think they
Quantum
were the
is
first
actually run by Queensland University as well. I believe it's either UQ or Griffith.
Or whatever. The point was, people that wanted to make games would go to Quantum pretty much.
Yeah,
that's where you went to learn, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's still the case, but so that was very impressive. Plus, she has a lot of consoles as well, and it was like great. And she is a girl, which is great because it gives another perspective on the games, which I think is important.
Yep.
That's it. That's the team. Feel free to email them and abuse them as much as possible.
And like you've abused us.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
So you can expect to see a lot more reviews and a lot more stuff happening. No, we can pretty much guarantee that.
And also coverage of events and stuff.
Yeah, coverage of local events that we couldn't get to, particularly in Sydney and Melbourne.
Which is good now because Oracle and AJ will be able to actually go to those. Speaking of events,
with
nice
the
accentuated at the end. Baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
this weekend there is actually some cool stuff happening.
Much stuff happening.
Yes, much stuff.
So if you're in a city of any kind, you
Except
have some
Melbourne,
stuff to do.
actually.
Yeah, nothing in Melbourne.
Sucked in Melbourne.
There's probably like a wine tasting or something. I don't know. Just good shopping, I hear. Whatever. It's probably raining. Buy an overcoat. Buy a giant overcoat and a bikini because, Melbourne's like that.
When it's cold, you just walk around the overcoat, and when it gets hot, you suddenly just throw the overcoat off.
Yeah, that's just one day.
How often do you wear a bikini?
Me? As often as possible. I'm actually wearing a bikini under my clothes now.
I did notice the strap.
Yeah, the little ball. Yeah, the little lump on my back.
Yeah, nice. That is bikini. That's good.
That's my bikini.
I thought it was just some massive.
Yeah. I got it padded out too, but not very well.
This weekend, if you're in Brisbane, there's the Supernova Pop Culture Expo.
Don't be afraid. It's not an actual supernova. Okay, there are no exploding suns. It's not dangerous. It's just a cool name. All right.
Were you worried about that, man?
I was worried. I actually looked it up on the net just to make sure that it was, in fact, spelt with an A, supernova.
Fair
not,
enough.
In fact, a supernova.
Well, that's on the Friday and the Saturday, and go to the website supernova.com.au. There's actually there's a few things. I mean, it's pop culture. There's movies, artists, comic book writers and artists and actors and stuff like that. Summer is going to be there from she played River on Serenity. She is my future wife.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't get any ideas.
No, I don't want to marry.
Well, it's interesting actually. I think it's on the Friday. Or this is interesting. I think it might be at Globe Cinemas in Fortitude Valley in Brisbane, right? There's a screening of Serenity, and she's introducing it.
Sweet.
Yeah, which I think is cool.
That would be cool. Serenity was good. It was a good fun movie.
It was.
What? Yeah. Why are you looking all...
I'm just looking for... I think she'll be hot.
Yeah. No, I like her. I actually always liked the Jewel State. I always liked Kaylee. Kaylee is my love.
Yeah, she was
Kaylee
nice.
will be mine.
Anyway,
did you know she actually lost heaps of weight? She actually put on heaps of weight to play Kaylee. Then she lost weight again. Just to be her normal weight. Then she put on all the weight again for Serenity.
Because that's really healthy for you.
No, it wasn't that much weight. It was just she was the normal weight thing.
It's not like, what's his name? Patrick? No. Christian Bale. It's not like Christian Bale style losing weight and then putting it back on.
I think I read he put on 37 like 37 kilos of muscle or something.
For the Batman. But the point was the
from
the
machinist.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyway, did I already say the thing about the Globe Cinema?
Yeah, you did.
And okay, good. Anyway, yeah, Supernova. It should be good. The cool thing is there's like both days, Saturday and the Sunday, is filled with there's
candy.
Lots and lots of candy. Bucket loads.
Sorry, you said filled with, and I'm like, filled with candy.
Pinatas just hanging around the place. No, but there's actually a lot of... When I first looked at it, it was like, there's not much actual video game stuff there. Yeah. But there's a massive itinerary now, which is like taking up every...
Not to be confused with a massive artillery.
No, because...
They're very different.
Because
the Germans discovered early on in World War II that those things are different. They turned up to battle with a massive itinerary and went, crap, this has almost no stopping power.
At least we know what time we're doing.
Yeah. Yes.
What, in 10 minutes we're running away with our tails between our legs. Yes.
7:24 a.m. getting killed.
Yes, excellent. You must get up very early in the morning.
Yes.
But yeah, there's heaps of actual game stuff there. Most or a lot of, I changed that quite a bit, the local Australian game developers and game developer companies and publishers and stuff are going to be there. There's lots of forums and talks and games and competitions and interesting fun stuff, which looks pretty cool.
And strippers.
And strippers, really?
No.
No.
I'm just trying to sell it.
Okay, and we'll be there.
We'll be there. Stripping.
We're actually going to have this massive Australian gamer
booth. Look for us under the giant banner.
Yeah.
There'll be a large floating penguin.
Really?
Pelican.
Actually, I was thinking we could make up a banner and you just hold one side, I hold the other one on a stick.
We'll just
and it's
wave
like, see, there's a banner above us.
Not even like a good one. We won't even like get like, you know that like laminated canvas stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just get
a bit of typing paper and sticky tape it together sort of thing. No?
I was thinking cloth, but painted like a bed sheet.
You see, that could be cool. That's almost hippie-ish cool. But actually, like...
But not for gaming.
Well, okay. Well, fair enough. Anyway. But, yeah, look, the itinerary that I found, I couldn't find on the Supernova site for some reason, but it's on Samir. I posted a link of it on the front of our website.
Yep.
And we will be there if you recognise us. Come up and say hello.
We don't have any form of presence in any official
and we've
capacity.
Got nothing to really
we've
offer.
We've got nothing
either,
to offer, nothing to say.
And like I said on the site, I think we'll both just be aimlessly walking around.
Yeah, we'll be walking around. But
I'll be drunk and you'll just be like physically exhausted from actually doing any kind of activity.
And I'll be.
I will be drunk actually.
I'll be sarcastic.
I'm having a massive Friday night. I'm gonna just be, which is good because we've got to cover things and take photos and meet people.
Cool, but how does that help that?
It doesn't. I just think it'll be fun.
Okay, no, that's fine. But if you happen to see us walking around and you happen to recognise us and happen to come up and say hello...
Walk the other way.
Yeah, just come up and say hello.
As fast as you can.
We I have nothing whatsoever to do but like come up and say hello, and we'll say hello back, and that's pretty much as far as we can really offer.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I do know quite a few people who work in game companies who are going to be there in panels and discussions and things like that. And they were like, yeah, you're going to be at Supernova? I'm like, yeah, great. Are you? And they're like, yeah, we're doing this. I'm like, great, we'll come there, abuse you, and throw things at you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, great. So maybe we can cause a riot, or like, sort of get people to...
Geeks rioting, that'd be cool.
Geeks rioting.
It is a like a comic-y kind of festival also. It's not a video games event by any means.
But in the same respect, it does.
There's an awful lot of crossover.
It is going to carry that sort of stigma about it of fanboys and people with pale skin and glasses, and basically anyone that looks like Matt.
Pretty much me. I'm actually the template. I stand beside the door, and you know how they have the like guy with the hand. It's like, if you look like this, you're allowed in.
You're allowed in. Yeah. And you
must be this nerdy to ride.
Got it. Well, anyway, enough about that. If you go to it, good, excellent. See you there.
Xbox.
There is in Sydney. There are two actual events this weekend. The first one is the Xbox 360 Water Balloon Challenge, because I always thought what was lacking with the Xbox 360 was a good water balloon fight in their marketing campaign. It was just like,
to be completely honest, nothing goes better together than high-end electronics and water.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a marriage made in heaven. In fact, I'm surprised they don't actually ship with the water. You have to buy it separately. It's an added peripheral. Should come in the box.
You could get just water out of the tap, but you really want Microsoft official water.
Yeah, the third-party brands are just not as good.
They're full of crap.
I reckon the box should be filled with water. Can you imagine that? You come home and you open it up.
And it's like, hey, because it'd still be in the packet, and the packet's just full of water.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Well, okay, it wouldn't be cool.
No,
it'd actually be really stupid. But anyway, the water balloon thing, you do have to pre-register, so this might be a bit of a late sort of...
Yeah, well, we've had it on the site, and if you haven't been keeping up with the site, you've only got yourself to blame, because you're missing out on some of the best entertainment in the world.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? First of all, it is on Saturday. It's at Coogee Beach. Coogee?
Coogee Beach.
Coogee. Okay. It starts at like 10 a.m, goes till the afternoon or whatever. But here's the thing. It costs $20 to play, to go, right?
Yeah.
And $5 goes to some charity or something like that. Cool, great. Everyone gets a bag, promotional bag at the end of it, which has an Xbox hat, a T-shirt, and water balloons and stuff like that, and an Xbox 360 game.
Sweet.
A game. I think it's like a choice of either Cameo, Project Gotham Racing, and Perfect Dark Zero, but a game.
How could you not
go
to that?
So you pay $20 and you get a game. This is how I'm seeing it, I guess, which is like, if you've got a 360 and you don't have one of those games, you pay $20 for a game.
And they give you a game. Or could it be they give you a voucher that you can use to redeem for a game in 6 months?
You know what? If that happens, Oracle will tell, because Oracle's going to this sort of thing, so he's going to let us know. Because I am curious to know if there's any gimmick or trick to it or something like that. Because it's a game. Just that just.
Yeah, no,
that's
absolutely. Cool. Game's a game. $20.
And I guess you get to throw water balloons at each other, I suppose. I don't know.
Hopefully at Bill Gates. That'd be cool. Bill Gates should arrive and just stand in the middle.
I just feel a little bit, not old, but like, I can't have better things to do on a Saturday than go throw water balloons at people.
Yeah, but to pay $20 for a game, I have time to do that.
I have time to do that. And the third thing, which I just wanted to quickly mention, this weekend as well, also in Sydney. It was in Melbourne last weekend, but I made the post 2 hours before it began, so I don't know if anyone was able to make it. But there's a thing called Piano Stories 3, which is at the Sydney Conservatorium of Music.
Doug, always good with the words and talking
with the
and
long
stuff.
Words and stuff.
Yes, there's a Conservatorium of Music.
But that's... I can't actually pronounce any of the names of the people. I'm just going to sound stupid if I do. But it's like music from the Final Fantasy games, and Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away and stuff like that.
No, Uematsu, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's a really annoying noise. Why did you do that? Why would you do that?
Okay, look, I've got my headphone on right here, and it wasn't coming out of the left-hand side. So I find if I hit the headphone, it starts working in stereo again.
Why do you need it to work in stereo?
I just keep forgetting.
Can you not figure out where I am based on eyes?
I just keep forgetting that when I hit it on my head, the noise comes through just as clearly.
And more to the point, it is recorded in our professional podcast that we are recording.
Professional.
Well, okay, not really.
Recorded in the professional podcast that we're recording.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Yeah. It's not like it's being recorded in a conservatorium.
Conservator. Anyway, the Piano Story 3. I just think it'd be cool because, they're playing like big band, the big orchestra and stuff is playing like Aerith's theme and stuff like that, and other Final Fantasy things as well. So if you're a fan of that, go check it out.
I actually think it'd be really worth hearing some of the theme music for Final Fantasy played by an orchestra. But it's worth pointing out something that probably has escaped your mind a little bit. The music in Final Fantasy VII was done by an orchestra. It's just recorded.
That doesn't help me all that much.
What do you mean?
It was MIDI music.
I don't think it was.
It was. I do remember because I copied all the MIDI files and played them and stuff like that.
You uber nerd.
I loved it, man. I
always wanted.
Hey, look, that was our top game. I'm allowed to be uber nerdish with that.
You know what I always really wanted to get? If anyone out there knows the game Skull Monkeys on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation, put a comment on the user forum because I loved that game. Not for the game itself, but for the music. It had the most incredible music.
Yeah.
It had full songs, MP3 songs.
Yeah.
And one of them, you got to the bonus stage, and the music on the background of the bonus stage was just some guy singing, "This is the bonus stage. You jump around and collect stuff till you run out of time." It was so stupid, and all the music was really, really stupid, but really cool.
Cool. Oh.
Do you remember the Neverhood?
Yes, I loved that
Skull
game.
Monkeys was basically not the PlayStation version, but it was by the same company.
I only played
style.
on the PC,
it was a platformer,
but that was cool.
No, it wasn't related. It wasn't the same type of game. It wasn't the same story, but it was. Because I tried to find the Neverhood recently, and it's actually really impossible to find now. I tried to find an abandonware version, but I couldn't even find that.
Well, look at that, because that was a cool little claymation sort of game.
It was good. Yeah, it was cool.
We are getting off track, and we do want to talk about other stuff. For once, we actually do have some stuff to talk about. So
we do indeed.
So yeah, the big announcement from Oren.
Yeah. Now this is more your announcement than mine. We actually have some exclusive information for a change. We actually do have some good news.
We have information
because
no other gaming site on the planet has right now.
By the time you hear the podcast, it might well have appeared in a few places.
I think it will have, yeah.
But if you actually read the site, you would have heard this before, and you would already know this.
That's right. I'm just very excited because this is the first ever time we've had exclusive information on something, anything.
Normally we just steal it from another website.
Copied from other gaming websites.
So, without further ado...
Yeah, Oren is actually... I don't know if you know or not, but I don't even know if you know Oren, actually, the game company in...
Who, me?
No, just the listeners in general. Right. But I'm sure you'd know the game Dark Reign, which came out a while ago.
Most people would know Oren.
Is actually our number one Australian developed game. But they've actually been working on a massive multiplayer online role-playing game for the last 3 years. And they were going to be showing it at E3 this year.
Yeah.
But they're actually deciding to bring it or showcase it first at Supernova this weekend.
Yes, so we're really looking forward to seeing that.
Ooh. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I mean,
Saturday.
My thing with massive multiplayer online MMORPGs.
MQPNI LNNOPNO.
Yes. But okay, I have a confession to make. Seriously here?
Yeah, move on. What?
I'm over World of Warcraft.
Yeah, no, you said that earlier.
I am. I'm looking.
I'm under World of Warcraft.
I want some. Yeah, you're all level 60. Maybe it's because you've done so well. I'm just like, I give up.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be part of this stupid game that Matt's good at.
I'm not good. I'm crap.
But yeah, look, I'm interested in seeing it because I'm interested in other massive multiplayer on role-playing games.
Right, and it's actually interesting because, for a couple of reasons, I'm interested in it. One is that I do quite like the massive multiplayer thing, and World of Warcraft has become almost a monopoly now.
It has, so
it would be interesting to see if something else can bring something that's good or better.
I think either anyone who makes that kind of game is going one of two directions. Either they're making something that is different and has unique elements that people can get interested in and go, wow, this is different to World of Warcraft. Yeah. Or they're going to target like another market entirely, like Koreans or something like that, who are obsessive about games like that.
Yeah, but Korean market for World of Warcraft is huge.
What's
the difference?
But because the Korean market for online games is a lot bigger than anywhere else
it's a market that's playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but there's a lot more room for other...
No, see, that's where I disagree. I think the World of Warcraft has the entire market, or a good proportion of the market.
I read a statistic somewhere, I can't remember what it was, about Korean gamers in general, because they're such a weird bunch.
Weird, crazy bunch of people, yeah.
Yeah, and they actually have this statistic that most people have a World of Warcraft account plus about 3 other MMORPG game accounts that they play.
Wow. There's a lot of Asian in general, because China as well has the same thing. There are a lot of games that are there.
I thought China had massive restrictions and stuff like that, didn't it?
China has different... it's got a different economy all in all. Even World of Warcraft is different there. It's paid per hour.
That's right. I mean, the Rolling Stones couldn't do some of their songs in China.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Paint It Black, they probably couldn't do that.
No, it was something...
It's anti-communism.
I think
that's what it's about.
Honky Tonk Woman. They couldn't do that one.
Really?
Yeah, which I thought was funny.
Oh,
yeah.
Why? Why that?
I don't know, but they couldn't play that in China in their latest tour. So
bizarre.
But anyway, yes. So if you're at Supernova, you will see that game, and you can go up to people and say, "I knew that you were going to do this."
Called Fury, by the way. We never mentioned its name.
It's called Fury. Which is good. That's a nice, cool name.
I actually think that's interesting because it suggests a strong focus on warfare, on battle, and maybe a little less kill monsters, collect treasure.
Maybe a bit more PvP.
Maybe a bit more of that, yeah.
Well, that'd be good.
So yeah, we'll be very interested to see what they have to offer.
Yeah.
We all understand it's got to compete with World of Warcraft, which has 2 things going for it. One, it's got a really big share of the market, and 2, it's really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to try to compete in a market where the only competitor is substandard, but World of Warcraft is as successful as it is because it's as good as it is. So, yeah. We shall see how they go. We'll definitely be interested to give it a go. And we'll talk to the Oran people and see if we can get some demoing happening.
Here's the other thing. I didn't mention this on the side either. On the day, they're going to be taking registrations for the people who want to be beta players of the game.
Well, we'll make sure we do that then.
Well, we will. But if you're there, go sign up as well.
Yeah, sign up.
Yeah, I just remember that because I forgot. I'm pretty useless.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Just a couple of other quick things. I know it was a main topic when we opened, but I don't really have much else to say except that the new Tomb Raider game, it's actually good, so go play it.
Yeah, see, I just lost interest in Tomb Raider after, say, Tomb Raider.
No,
Do you remember the original Tomb Raider actually came on the PlayStation and the Saturn?
Really?
Yeah, do you remember it was available on the Saturn?
I do remember it was on the Saturn.
Yeah.
I don't remember it launched on the Saturn.
It was on both simultaneously.
Right.
It was one of the few that was a...
See, I never played on the PlayStation. I played it on the PC first.
See, it was much better on the PlayStation than it was on the Saturn.
I played Tomb Raider 2 though quite a bit, and I really enjoyed that.
The Saturn was originally a 16-bit system. Did you know that?
No. Why would they do that when they've got the Mega Drive?
It wasn't a CD.
And the Mega CD.
Yeah, and that was crud. So
and the 32X.
Well, Sega just assumed that it would be a 2D console. You don't need that much for 2D.
It's fascinating how big a deal everyone made up. 32-bit, 16-bit.
Yeah.
Whereas realistically, it didn't actually mean that much, or as much as the people actually said it did.
It does when you move from something like 2D to 3D because you've got bigger numbers you've got to keep track of.
The Nintendo 64 was not a 64-bit system.
No, the actual,
as an example.
The actual bits are not as obvious as they seem.
But it was just interesting because it's like Nintendo 64. Everyone's like, ooh, it's 64.
But it is 32 in a way.
Yeah, because it had 232. Blah blah blah.
No,
anyway.
but no. It had a 64-bit GPU, the actual.
Oh, okay, right.
Graphics processor, but the CPU wasn't. Which makes sense because like current CPUs still mostly aren't 64-bit.
Really?
In PCs, they're all 32-bit.
I did not know that. Useless bit of trivia for the night.
Well,
Thank you, Matt.
A Pentium or Pentium 4, they're all 32-bit. It's only the really, really high-end new ones.
I so lost interest about
whatever. But the point is...
What is the point? Get to your point.
The point is that bittiness isn't that big a deal, and all that really matters is the grunt of the graphics processor.
That's what I just said. That's what
I
said
before. The graphics processors are all like 8 billion bit now.
Yes. That's what I said. Anyway, look, we did just want to say a quick few other things.
Some really interesting
three little
ports and
things
sequels
that we copied off other websites.
Yes. Not at all exclusive in any way.
No, not at all, unfortunately. Fear is coming to the Xbox 360,
which is good.
I'd be interested to see what Xbox Live stuff they'll actually have to offer. To be honest,
if any.
Fear was one game I played the demo of. I crapped my pants, and I wish I played the single player.
I thought
the whole
you did.
Game. I went to buy it,
yeah,
and because I just didn't have the money at the time, and there was a DVD special edition. And the normal edition, I thought, great, I'll wait for the special edition to come out because the normal edition will go down in price. It did go down in price by $5.
Bargain.
Great.
By 4.
Sweet. Great. So if it comes on the 360, I might actually pick it up then and play it then because I haven't played it before, so that'd be cool.
Another interesting release is actually Liberty City Stories on the PlayStation 2.
Well, the interesting thing is that it's not released yet. It's not rumor, it's fact. But it sort of fell off the release date list, but it's still confirmed that will get released eventually.
Right. It's interesting to have a PS2 port of a PSP game. That's very interesting.
I thought that Liberty City Stories was sort of just like a GT3 port to the PSP.
No, it's the same engine, but it's a different story.
Right.
It's somebody else. It's not the same character.
I have to
say, from another point of view,
it just so does not interest me at all.
I was really keen for it until I saw the preview, saw like a trailer, and then went, you know what? That actually doesn't look any good.
Because you said, is it because that doesn't look any good, or because you were like, I've so played this before?
Yeah, a bit of both.
Not that there's anything. Grand Theft Auto, it's fantastic, it's great, blah 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 blah, but
Grand Theft Auto 3 now though. Just releasing Grand Theft Auto 3 2 now.
Yeah.
I don't think... Which is pretty much what that would
because
be. It doesn't have a lot of appeal.
It will still sell to the masses like crazy.
It will, but each time they've evolved, they've changed the setting, they've changed the feel.
Question, have you ever finished a Grand Theft Auto game?
Yeah, absolutely. I finished Vice City.
You finished Vice City?
Yeah, I finished the first 2, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, as in 3 and Vice City.
3 and Vice City.
I finished 3. Yeah. But I never finished any of the other ones. I just halfway
I
through.
I loved Vice City. I got really into it.
Okay,
I played a lot of it on the PlayStation 2.
That's right. I remember you doing that. Anyway, the last thing that we wanted to mention is Destroy All Humans 2.
Destroy All Humans 2
is coming out later this year, which I think is cool.
We loved Destroy All Humans. The crushing, the killing, the destroying. Really.
Well, I mean,
we only really played much of the demo, but it was a lot of fun.
I find this interesting actually because I played it a while ago. And I didn't know that Pandemic, that one of their offices is in Brisbane, actually, created the game.
Yeah.
And I remember playing the game and thinking, oh yeah, it seems interesting sort of thing. And then playing the demo and going, this is actually pretty cool.
It was fun.
And afterwards I found out, these guys are in Australia. Cool. Like, you know, great. Not a crap game. So they're in the Valley now. They've moved.
Really?
They're down at the Emporium.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Destroy Humans 2 is coming out, which